Hello, welcome to our Starting School podcast. I'm Miss Billington, Head of Early Years and Key Stage 1, and alongside me I have...
My name's Mrs Kinross and I'm the Nursery Manager.
And my name's Mrs Rush and I'm the reception teacher.
So the summer term at Quinton House is always really busy with lots of activities going on and events such as Sports Day, trips, awards afternoons to celebrate the year that we've had. But also during this time we're busy preparing the children for the next stage of their educational journey. So to ensure that smooth transition from nursery to reception, it's really important for us to share what that looks like and hopefully to give you some support and top tips on what you can do to help at home. So I think our listeners will be surprised to hear that our transition starts really early, Mrs Kinross.
It does, yeah. At Quinton House, our transition to reception really does actually start at the beginning of their preschool year in September. That way they've got lots of time becoming familiar with the faces and the places that they'll go to and they'll meet along their journey. And we've got then the whole year to really kind of build their confidence with it all. Throughout the year we've got specialist teachers that come into nursery, not only just to do our weekly languages session by our languages teacher, which then takes them throughout the school because they visit them weekly in reception and going through the school as well. We also have, at Christmas time, our very popular Story Elves, which we open it up to all of the teachers in prep school and in senior school who are fighting at a chance to come in and read the children a story, which is loved by all. But that also gets them meeting those faces that they're going to see throughout their journey. So that's just two examples really of how specialist teachers are involved. Obviously, as Miss Billington said at the start, this summer term we also have our Sports Day, so that's another area where the children are seeing those faces out of our sports team. All of the children actually go to, so not just the preschoolers, we also have the nursery group, they also go to assemblies once a week. So again, that's where they're seeing the routines, seeing the teachers that they're going to meet along their way, but also importantly getting used to the routines and the boundaries of how assemblies work and how they're run, and they love it. They love joining in, being part of that community.
So Mrs Rush, can you tell us a little bit more about what happens in the summer term?
Yeah, so in the summer term in reception, the children are all invited to a transition day where they spend the whole day in reception, just as they would be in September with myself and the member of the reception team. That's a really lovely time. It's just basic activities, getting to know you, some fun activities, artwork normally included. I also go into reception, nursery once a week and lead a PSHE session, and that runs throughout the whole year, doesn't it, Mrs Kinross?
Absolutely.
And alongside the transition day where the children get to experience the reception, we also have a transition evening for parents. So everybody is invited to that, our external children alongside our nursery children and preschool children. And it's just an opportunity to look around the classroom and to obviously just hear a little bit more about what the reception year is. And we also offer a varied group of sessions, stay and learn sessions, for the children to pop along to at different points throughout the year, especially in the summer term, really important, getting to know the setting, etc. And I also do some nursery visits, so for the children who aren't actually with us at Quinton House, I go and see the children in their current settings.
Brilliant, thank you very much. I also come into nursery once a week to do
do.
my Happy Hands session.
It's a busy time.
It's very busy. So again, the children are familiar with all the staff that they'll be with before they join us in the reception class in September. So there's lots going on, lots to look forward to. They'll be really confident with their learning environment, and I think that's really noticeable on day one in September when the children come in. They come in happy, smiley, they know where they're going, they know who they're going to be seeing, and they're just ready to get on with their start of their next phase of their learning. Top tips. I know we put our heads together, didn't we, to think of some top tips for parents for transition.
What's your
I
top tip,
think
Mrs.
I
Kinross?
think for me it's really encouraging independence in all areas. So whether that is carrying their own bags in, whether that's getting themselves changed and dressed, just doing things for themselves and giving them. Our children love taking on a role, having a job to do. So whether that's carrying the signs to the snack table, whether that's handing people's bottles out, all of that is encouraging them to be independent within all areas.
Yeah. And then my top tip would be to name everything. So trousers, jumpers, t-shirts as usual, but even socks, maybe even pants, literally everything. And don't forget to name the PE kit.
I think my top tip would be it's never too early to start talking about school.
Yeah, definitely.
And that transition, and start to talk about when you go to reception and during the summer holidays, doing a bit of a countdown.
Yeah.
If you go away on holiday or do any nice activities, you could always say to the children, or you could tell Mrs. Rush about this in September.
Yeah.
Even
some pictures as well, that's always
or
good.
sending a postcard to us over the summer holidays, and we can share that with the class in September. But just getting them to start thinking about starting school and just getting them used to it. So I hope those top tips have helped, and you found the podcast useful for you. But if you've got any other questions or anything you would like some more information about, please don't hesitate to contact us.